Hi everybody, I'm Mrs. Knutson and I'm going to be your speech teacher this quarter. I'm really excited about teaching speech for the first time in my 26-year teaching career here in Prior Lake. Mrs. Streggy has been teaching speech for so long and has never wanted to give up a section, but this year is a different year for everybody. And so I'm going to be working really closely with Mrs. Streggy to create a speech class for all of you that's going to be outstanding. I can't wait. I have lots of experience with speech. In fact, I used to be a speech coach, but I've just never ever, out of all of the classes here at Prior Lake that I've taught, I've never taught speech. So this is going to be a great opportunity for me and for you. First of all, our objectives here for speech class are to turn you into confident speakers. Confident and competent speakers, simply because I think there are two skills that you will have when you graduate, the skill of writing and the skill of speaking, that are going to take you the farthest in your life, regardless of what your career path is. The ability to communicate well in speaking and writing are going to carry you the farthest. And so that's our objective here, self-confidence. And so we're going to work on self-confidence with our speaking. We're going to work on speaking techniques. We're going to work on listening skills. And we are also going to work on synthesizing information that we get from other sources and turning it into a well-developed outline for you to be able to present without actually just simply doing interpretive reading of your notes. So I want to share with you what our course content is going to look like and talk a little bit about our groups and how we're going to deliver speeches. First of all, we're going to be creating several speeches this quarter. I'm going to kind of list them and talk about them a little bit. Our very first one, in fact, will be next week. It's a speech of introduction. You're going to be doing an interview with a partner, and you are going to be introducing that person to our class. We're also going to be doing the infamous lip sync speech, where you are creating a lip sync to a song. And Mrs. Streggy has her Hall of Fame of lip sync videos, and I'm really excited to create my own Hall of Fame. So I'm hoping your lip syncs are awesome. Next, we are going to be doing an informative speech and a persuasive speech. These two are a little bit longer and a little more formal. Information will come soon enough. The last couple we're doing are impromptu speeches. You might ask what an impromptu speech is. An impromptu speech is where I literally give you a topic and I give you a very short amount of time to prepare and then you speak on it for a minute. Now, a great example of that is in a workplace. Say you're in a conference room in a meeting with your boss and your boss says to you, "Hey, why don't you give me an update on what your team has accomplished and how your team is going or how this project is going?" And they give you about 10 seconds to prepare, and then you have to speak. That's exactly what an impromptu speech is. And then the last one is a tribute or a eulogy speech. Mrs. Streggy says that this one is the hardest one for kids to do simply because they're so heartfelt and meaningful. But she also says that they are the most meaningful speeches and they're really wonderful. So I'm excited for those. We'll be doing also an oral interpretation of literature. This might be like a poetry slam where you memorize a poem or memorize a short piece from a novel that you love, or you memorize part of a short story or something like that, and then you present it to the class in an interpretive kind of a way. And then last, there will be, assignments, quizzes, evaluations, but the majority of your points are going to be coming from the actual speeches themselves. As far as grouping goes, groups A and B, my hybrid students, you're going to be giving your speeches in class. On your group A, group B day. My plan is to draw for speaking order, and I even have our little popsicle sticks ready to go to be able to draw your names, say, okay, your turn. Now, distance learners. My plan is to split you into a group A distance and group B distance. And on the day that you are scheduled to give speeches, I'm going to Google Meet you into the class on that day and go live with you and have you present your speech to your classmates live, because I think that's really important for your self-confidence and for you not to just simply get to videotape your speeches and send them in to me. I want others to see them. We'll talk all about that later. Evaluation. Really, it's a points-based class. You are going to be getting points for the speeches that you do and the work that you do. The second bullet point right here, all speeches and assignments must be completed in order to receive credit or grade for the course. All speeches must be ready on their due date. And I will randomly order students and draw for names. So for instance, if you are supposed to speak on a Thursday and I draw your name and you say, I'm not ready, you are going to take a 10% hit in your grade because you weren't ready on the day that you were scheduled to go. If you then go to the bottom of the pile and when your time comes up again, if you're not ready then you are going to be at 50% when you do give your speech. So it's really important for you to be ready to go. Then also speeches are going to receive a grade reduction if you have an unexcused absence the day that you're supposed to speak. It's really important for you not to avoid doing this because the whole point is fun and self-confidence. So these are our class standards. They're on Schoology. We'll talk about them as we go. And I'm really so excited about this class. I think it's going to be really fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you in class. Can't wait to see you over Google Meets. And we're going to have a great quarter. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.